a few years ago, I had started working full-time, and I had wanted to continue with my part-time jobs as well, to help with some finance. And I also had just taken on a couple of other responsibilities. One, I was with the junior high at Hope, working as a leader, and I had been on the board of directors of our swim club that my children were going to, and I had 5 kids living at home. And I had this opportunity come up. Somebody approached me about being on the board of directors for this little women's group, and it sounded really interesting, and my ego got involved, and it sounded like something that would make me look good. And therefore, I, without really counting the cost, without getting a whole lot of information, I went to my husband and, kind of told him about it. And he, said, "Are you sure you want to take that on? You've got a lot going on right now." And I rather dismissed him and said, "Oh, yeah, sure, yeah, it's not going to take much time at all. It's not really going to be much." Well, I underestimated the amount of emotional energy that taking on one more commitment takes. Even though it's not a huge time constraint for me, it was a huge emotional. And I hadn't really found out what the whole purpose of the group was, and I hadn't really gotten all the facts. I hadn't gotten a lot of wise counsel about this. I did it based on my emotions. Therefore, it was a long year. I hadn't really found out ahead of time how long this was going to last, or if it was like for the rest of my life, or whatever. And so when I really got the facts about it, and I tried to go ahead and very graciously, or tried to be very gracious about backing off of that commitment and telling them that this was not something that I really was able to do any longer. And God really protected me during that time. It could have been a lot worse situation, but it was awkward, and it was hard because I had to, my reputation was a little bit in question at that point, because I felt like, I hadn't really lived up to my commitment in that. So I've learned my lesson about making commitments to really get all the facts, find out time constraints and all the different factors. So anyway, hopefully next time I won't make such a quick, hasty decision.